Oh, what's going on, G-Dog family? Look, we're going into the draft and we're going to analyze every pick that these teams have had so far because I feel like we've got a lot of good players that are getting picked at the right time and a lot of good players getting picked at the wrong time. We're going to go ahead and get into everything right now. So let's look at the first pick on the board. We got Fernando Mendoza. Now, I feel like Fernando Mendoza is a good pick for the Raiders. Who else were they going to pick? Realistically, the only other QB I think that got drafted in the first round was now Ty Simpson. He's solid. I rock with Ty Simpson, but at the end of the day, he's not. You know, I don't even know why the Rams picked him, but we'll get into that a little later. We'll just worry about Fernando Mendoza for right now. So for Fernando Mendoza, perfect for the Raiders. He was a win-it-all quarterback in Indiana. Like he literally won every game he played his senior year. He went undefeated, won a national title, had some clutch drives, had some clutch performances. I feel like he's going to put his heart on the line. He's going to put his best out there at all time. I personally, do I think he's better than anyone that was in last year's draft as a quarterback? No, he's not better than Shedeur. He's not better than Cam. He's not better than Jackson. But what he lacks for in talent that I see right now, he makes up for it in heart and effort to get the job done. So he definitely gets an A+ on this ranking, how we pick this. So I love it. Then we got David Bailey for the Jets. Now, am I mad at the Jets for this pick? Yes and no. Yes, but I can't flaunt them for or really be mad because there is no other QB but Ty Simpson. But honestly, I would prefer if you took Ty Simpson instead of letting the Rams get him. Because if you took Ty Simpson, now it makes sense. Okay, we're going to develop him under Geno and we're going to like have this plan. Because you don't have any long-term solution for a quarterback right now. You know, you got a wide receiver. You got a running back. Your defense is bad. So it makes sense. Okay, I want to get this edge. Definitely would have took Ruben Bain over David Bailey at number 2. But hey, that's just me. Maybe they don't see the potential in Ruben Bain because he has quote-unquote short arms, but his motor is high and his aggressiveness is through the roof. But David Bailey is still a solid pick for the Jets as far as what they're trying to do and what they're trying to build over there. Now, Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals is the stupidest pick that I've ever seen. Not ever seen because it's been some stupid picks, but at least as far as top 3 picks are concerned. Now, Jeremiah Love is a stud. He's that guy. Let's just put it out there. He's going to get a big, because he's that guy. He is. I'm not going to take that from him. What I will say, though, once again, I feel like they drafted the best player they feel like is on the board, which is good. But now you're in position just to tank. Because now do you think Jacoby Brissett is going to go out there and win you 11+ games? No. We're not even going to act like I rock with Jacoby Brissett, okay? But we got to go based off what you've shown us already. Jacoby Brissett is not a winning quarterback. He's going to win you some games, but he's not a winning quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Geno Smith is not a winning quarterback. He's going to win you some games, but he's not a guy it's just, it's a lot of guys I can point out like that. And I feel like they should have, once again, took Ty Simpson because they needed a quarterback. But Jeremiah Love is going to flourish. They're going to be in a similar position to how the Raiders were last year. We got Ashton Jeanty. Okay, they got Jeremiah Love. They're going to be in a similar position where they just suck. And then the next year they hope for a quarterback. Now, this is where we get spicy because the Titans got Carnell Tate. Now, we're also going to give another big... And that was a smart move. Getting Carnell Tate eliminates the problem in receiver that they had because the Titans receivers were crazy. Like, if I look up the Titans roster right now, you wouldn't even be able to tell me a name on the Titans roster. And that's not even nothing to brag about or like, shout out to all the receivers on the Titans. I don't know any of you people. That's because you weren't making any noise. I don't think a receiver had over like 600 yards, 400 yards. And they're like, come on, that's bad. Especially for a rookie quarterback, that's really bad. So a good thing for Carnell Tate. Do I think he should have got drafted this high? Not really. I kind of would have took Casey Concepcion or Jordan Tyson over Carnell Tate, but I think Ohio State bias has some leniency in there because people can say what they want to say, but certain schools are known for producing certain types of players. Ohio State is wide receiver U. It was kind of like Bama and Ohio State a little bit. Well, Ohio State is just more consistent in pumping it out at all times, and that's cool. At Bama still has running back U. But yeah, I think Carnell Tate did get drafted a little bit too high, but he's still a top 10 player. Yeah. And then Arvell Reese going to the Giants. I feel like this is a stupid move. Not only do I feel like this is a dumb move unless they move him to linebacker, he might be an off-ball linebacker. That's why I'm more so thinking. But isn't Brian Burns an off-ball linebacker? Isn't the other person they drafted last year been an off-ball linebacker? So I feel like you keep drafting these edges. 3 years you spend a first-round pick on the edge. Are you just going to keep rotating edges because you don't want to pay your edge? Is this what this is going to turn into? Because now it's turned into a situation where your players are thinking about where they stand and what's going on. Because there's a lot of other positions you could have filled at this point in time. Like the Chiefs did, picking a corner. You could have filled that, but you got another edge. It made zero sense to me. But Great players, nonetheless. I feel like that was just stupid to draft him that high when you didn't need that type of player that high. Now the Chiefs got a corner in Mansour Delane. I like his gameplay. He's aggressive. He's physical. I like what he does. And the Browns traded with the Chiefs so they can acquire this pick. That means they really wanted him. Like it's definitely somebody they need on that back end defense in KC because they don't have to worry about getting a wide receiver. KC is KC. They play with Mahomes. You want to come to KC? Come on. You see why we treated Tyreek Hill. You see what's going on. You're gonna get the ball. You're gonna flourish. I just don't think they're willing to pay somebody that type of money right now. Personally, KC hasn't really been a big spender in free agency ever. They just draft really good. I'll be honest with that. But I feel like the offense is really the problem. The defense is more of a problem than anything. So they already have a running back. I believe they drafted a running back, or they traded for a running back, or they did trade for a running back. How could I be so stupid? They traded for the Super Bowl MVP running back from last year. So, they're good on that. Then they have the wide receiver core, but Mahomes has been able to work with a little bit of everything. And as far as Travis Kelce signing back for 2 years, I like it because it gives him a familiar face, and it's also the connection they've had going for a long time now. So as long as goddamn Travis Kelce can run a hitch or run a little out route or something, that's all he needs to do. I'm not really expecting no big plays from him. I just need somebody else to step up. Xavier Worthy, the other guy that got into a car crash and keeps getting into weird shit with the police. Y'all gotta step up. Now, we have Sonny Styles going from linebacker to Washington Commanders. I was going to say Redskins. I feel like this is a grade A pick. This is good for the Washington Commanders because their offense is also pretty good. They have a running back. They have a wide receiver. They definitely needed somebody on defense to help. And that's going to be good in pass pro and pass coverage, and run protection. Good pick for them. They definitely get a, I like that. And too, I got to give one for the Chiefs too. So I did one for them. I got to give one to the Chiefs too. That was a good pick. I got to stay consistent. Now, with Sonny Styles, we're just going to move on to Jordan Tyson. This was a great pick for the Saints because they kind of have it sold up at quarterback right now. Tyler Shaw is the guy. Tyler Shaw, however you say his name, is the guy. I was a Spencer Rattler believer, but I guess history repeats itself once again. So, yeah, he got beat out for the job. They got Tyler Shaw. They needed Jordan Tyson because they still got Cam Jordan on defense. They still got DeMario on defense. I think they got a corner. I don't know. I'm not sure. But they're good. Jordan Tyson was definitely need, and I feel like he should got drafted above Carnell Tate, so he's going to have his chip on his shoulder. But Jordan Tyson is that guy, a dog, definitely a top 10 player. He's going to get a big for that one. Hold on. Yep, there we go. Yep. Now, for the Browns, I like what they did here. They also get another because great pick. Now, a lot of people aren't going to agree with that pick because Spencer Furnell is not a wide receiver. He's not a skill position player. They needed help on that O-line. That O-line was getting eviscerated last year. Whether it's going to be Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders, because Dylan Gabriel's out the picture. It's pretty much, they need some help. So that's good that they spent the first pick on on a tackle. That's really good because someone's going to need to hold the fort down. Someone's going to need to hold that line down. And they also had another pick in the first round, so they were good anyway. Then we have Francis, but I'm not going to even say that because I don't want to butcher your name. We're going to say Francis M. Giants, tackle, needed that. Shout out to them. That was smart. That was actually a smart pick. Getting Arvell Reese wasn't a smart pick, but getting the tackle directly after was a smart pick because I forget his name, the white boy, he needs some help. They definitely already got Malik Neighbors and a couple other dogs in that receiver room. They're good on that end. They got a decent running back. They're good. They needed help on that O-line more than anything. Now the Cowboys, do I blame anybody in the top 10 for not picking Caleb Downs? Yes, the Giants. The Giants should have picked Caleb Downs. But it's cool because he went somewhere that he's going to be appreciated and utilized the correct way. Because one thing I will tell you, he's going to be a star in Dallas. He's going to get a max contract in like 5 years, 6 years. I would say really 3-4 years. No, like 4 or 5 at the most. He's going to get a max contract. So shout out to him. He's a dog. He's a baller. Only freshman I know that goes to Ohio State. Not Ohio State. Alabama plays freshman year, starter, transfers to Ohio State, and dominates still and starts. And he's renowned the best safety in the entire college football league because he's him. He's a dog. No, not too much to say about that. Miami Dolphins. I like this pick. I still think you should have took Ty Simpson, but I like the pick. Caden Proctor's a good old offensive tackle. He's going to help you a lot on that O-line. I do need help on that O-line, but at this point, I might have took some other players. I might even took Ruben Bain Jr. Might have took him, Miami boy. He's gonna play his heart out for y'all. Y'all had a chance to make, but that's just me right there. Now we're gonna go with Ty Simpson. Horrible pick. This is disgusting. I know. I feel bad for Matthew Stafford because I know he's feeling that right about now. That's just bad. There's so many good players on the board. Even if you took Ruben Bain Jr., you know what I'm saying? Even if you took Makai Lemon, that would have been a better pick than just Ty Simpson. I don't know why the Rams got Ty Simpson. That was dumb. I understand Matthew Stafford is getting old, but he's not that old. He just won MVP. Believe in your guy. Ravens, they definitely get a big up for this. This is an amazing draft. This is what they needed, somebody on the O-line, because if you really think about it, the O-line is the biggest issue with the Ravens right now. They have receivers, even if you don't like Zay, still had a 1K season. And they have Derrick Henry, they have Lamar Jackson. Their center just left. They needed a guard. They need somebody on that O-line. Great pick for them. Love that. Ruben Bain Jr. going to Tampa. He's going to have that chip on his shoulder. I don't know if you saw that video of him walking to get his, after he got drafted, walking out the tunnel and stuff. Yeah, he was mad. He didn't even want to look in the mirror with his hat on. He was just like, yeah, man, this was going on. I need to, because the Miami Dolphins passed on. A lot of other teams passed. He was at 14. He got picked at 15. 14 other people got picked before him. That's not cool. He's not going to rock for that. Not going to like that. The Bucs definitely need help on that defense, especially with Levante David retiring. We got it going on, man. We got it going on in Tampa. So I like what Todd Bowles is building. Let's keep seeing what they build over there. And I believe in Baker Mayfield. I always kind of say he can't be a Pro Bowl winning quarterback, but we can see how that goes over time. The Jets, Todd doubled down, and they got Kenyon Sadiq. They needed that because they already had a running back and a receiver, so they definitely needed a tight end. I'm not going to give him a bomb, but I am pleased with this draft. I kind of still feel like the Jets are putting too much on Geno, personally, but that's just me. I do think they should have went defense with this pick, but I can't hate on getting Kenyon Sadiq at 16. Now, Blake Miller, Lions, OT, definitely needed that. We don't even talk about that one because Frank Ragnow, I think that's his name, whatever the offensive tackle name is that retired, they needed another offensive tackle, so that was a must for the Lions. Like, that was not even too much to talk about right there. Not going to give a big up to the Lions because I hate the Lions. The Caleb Banks, D-tackle going to Vikings. I feel like that's good. They have Kyler Murray, quarterback. They have a nice running back. They have a rest of our receiver position field. Offensive line is pretty solid. Yeah, Caleb Banks, they need somebody on that defense, and they kind of already got pieces with the linebacker. I forgot his name. And they also do have a couple pieces of corner and safety, I believe. They definitely need help on that. This is a good pick for them. Not going to get a thumbs up because I hate the Vikings as well. I think you can know why. Now, we have Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle. Panthers needed that. Definitely going to get a big one for that because they already got the offense sold up. Defense is performing pretty high. I like it. I like that this is a good draft pick. I think it's a really good draft pick. Shout out to the Panthers for this one. Makai Lemon going to the Eagles. Now, people are going to be confused and don't understand this one. This is a good pick because A.J. Brown is out the door. This pretty much just confirmed to everybody A.J. Brown is gone. Like, he's leaving. He's getting traded. Do we know where he's getting traded? Possibly the Patriots. I would love to see him go to the Chiefs because we don't have to deal with that shit. He don't play in the AFC. I would love for him to go to the Chiefs. That would be amazing. But, yeah, Makai Lemon is a dog. I am kind of shocked he fell because let me see. No. Nah, it's no other team that really needed him. Like, you could have made the argument for the Rams. The Rams definitely could. Nobody else really made a bad decision in this moment. So I feel like Makai Lemon is definitely a big one. Not really going to give a big thumbs up to the Eagles. Not a big Eagles guy. Now, Steelers get some help on that offensive line. I feel like they should have went receiver or running back personally, but I don't think there was another running back. Well, there was another running back taken in the top first round. They should have went running back. They do not have a running back. I like their Kenneth Gainwell is cool, but you're not a running back, bro. You're like a gadget. You're working, but you're not a pure running back. They definitely need some help on the offensive line as well, though. So they went safe play with that one. They didn't want to put too much expectations on somebody at that time. Whatever. The Chargers, definitely needed help on that offense. I mean, not offense, that defensive line as well. They got an edge. I think they're trying to just build what they had in Michigan with John Harbaugh. That's basically what they're trying to build over at San Diego. So it's cool. I still got to see Justin Herbert win a playoff game. So I don't think this is helping Justin Herbert win a playoff game. But shout out to him. He got drafted. Now we have Malachi Lawrence. The Cowboys went all in on defense. Another bigger pick. Saw his highlights. Has a good motor. Strong. Physical. Going to get to the ball. Doesn't give up on plays. Like what I seen with him. He's definitely going to be one of those ones. So if both of their first round picks can pan out, and it can have a dynamic duo at safety and D line. Now that's got to do. All they have to do is find a linebacker. That's a good position for the Cowboys to be in because their offense is stacked already. Casey Concepcion, good pass, good draft pick by the Browns. Definitely somebody that deserved to go first round. He could have said deserved to go before Malachi Lemon. Could have made that argument as well, but it's good on the Browns because now they have an offensive tackle and they have a receiver that they like, and they're going for it, and they're going all in on the quarterback that they're going to pick, which I'm pretty sure is going to be Shedeur because I don't think Deshaun Watson has it. But even if Deshaun Watson does win and Shedeur has to sit behind Deshaun Watson for a year, I don't think that's a bad thing. I feel like that's a good thing, personally, that he gets to learn. You can't give up on quarterbacks too soon. But Dylan Thiemann, you know I'm going to give a big yes, sir. Yes, sir. To the goddamn Bears. Bear down, because we got Dylan Thiemann, how he dropped to us at 25. I have no idea. The Rams could have got him. The Steelers could have got him. The Chargers could have got him. A lot of different teams could have got him. But we got him at 25. This man is a dog. He is fast, physical, twitchy, has instincts. I love what I was seeing from the Bears. We already have the offense pretty much sold up. Yes, we got rid of DJ Moore, but we got Luther Burden, and we have Roma Dunze. We're good. I like what they got going on. So they won defense with it. I love it. Pick the best player on the board. Now we have someone to pair with Kobe Bryant. Now all we have to do is get a new linebacker. And we already have a new linebacker. I forgot. We traded for him. We signed him. I forgot. We're good. We're good. We need somebody on the D line. We're good. Now, for the Texans, they went offensive line, which was needed because my boy, I forgot his name, was getting killed back there. Killed. And he's trying to put on for Ohio State, and they haven't been doing good the last few years, but he's trying his best. So, I don't know. I forgot his name, I'm sorry. CJ Stroud, I'm sorry about that. Can CJ Stroud pick it up? I think this will help him pick it up, and I think this is a good pick for the Texans. I like it. I like the direction they're going. They already got the defense sold up. They already got receivers. You got a decent running back. But like you got it sold up right there. Now, the Miami Dolphins decided to draft again and go corner. I think this is a good pick for them as well. Do I think they should have went? What was their first pick? Because I think I bashed on their first. They went Caden Proctor. I think it was a good pick, but I also think they could have, filled some other issues, filled some other holes right there, but I can't really hit on that. This is a good draft for them, tackling the corner. Two positions that they desperately needed. That's good for them. The Patriots, I was saying, opposed to the scandals, went safe. They got some more help for Drake May because he did just get slaughter-ganged in the Super Bowl. Like, that was disgusting. That was embarrassing, so they definitely need to do that. Chiefs go defense again. They go get Peter Woods because I believe the first pick that the Chiefs had was a corner, yes. So they went D-tackle with Peter Woods from Clemson, definitely a dog, somebody that was really the only person shining on that Clemson defense because they stunk. Then Amari Cooper Jr. is a wide receiver. I do not know why the Jets got a wide receiver. They needed help on the defense. I don't care if you just got Garrett Wilson in the first round tight end. You're good on that. You can fill those other positions. Why the hell are you going receiver? Could have filled some more positions on it. That's why I'm not understanding from the Jets. Don't hate the player, just hate the pick. Now, I do feel like the Titans made a good decision with this one because you could have went running back and you could have got Jadarian Price, but it's safer to just get an edge. So I'm going to give them a B for that one just because they could have went and got Jadarian Price. I feel like that would have been better going in all in on Cam Ward because the running back game isn't really shit either. But not really mad at it. Got a receiver for Cam Ward. Now we're going to get somebody on the defense that can help out as well. That's good for me. And then the Seahawks replace their Super Bowl MVP running back instantly with Jadarian Price, who is a dog and got overlooked a lot because of Jeremiah Love. But that just shows you how good Notre Dame was last year, that both the running backs went in the first round and they still didn't make the college football playoffs. But that's a wrap for me, guys. I appreciate you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to get back into the draft pretty soon because, second round is today. So we're going to have updates on the second and third round as well. And we're going to get to the bottom of it.